Hey guys, so today I'm doing a layout with these two photos, and this is my first ever process video, so forgive me for any mistakes I make. And the top left one is of my dance school rehearsal, and the bottom right one is the actual show. And in the journaling, which will be on the back of the layout so you won't see, I'm going to be talking about how all the work you put into the dance ends up being worth it, and that's why the title of the layout is before and after, because this dance in particular looked like it wasn't going to be presentable on show night, but it turned out pretty good. And this main paper I'm using to map my photos is from the Webster's Pages These Days collection, the one with pages for each month, except this one isn't really month themed. And I still had quite a lot of that paper from the Quirky kit, enough to map the photos anyway. And I like the kind of pinky colour because of the red stage lights in one of the photos. And I don't know, I was trying to be really precise and make them all equal, and I think quite soon I'm just going to give up. And the back of this paper, I think this paper is called grid or something like that, so the main paper is meant to be the grid on the other side, but I do think this geometric side is a lot nicer, so I don't know what that's about, because it has really pretty soft colours, but then in triangles, which must make it better somehow. And the paper cutter I have was really cheap. It was only like £7 or something, but it means it leaves little fluffy edges whenever I try and cut with it, so I always have to just snip them off with my scissors. And I'm sorry, you can't see the whole page in this layout because sorry, I had to check if I was still recording it. You can't see the whole page because I'm not actually using a tripod. My setup is a ruler, which I've put out over the edge of a windowsill, and I've put a little bucket of marbles on top of it, and I just sort of balance my phone on that, which isn't the best way of recording videos, let me tell you. But if I decide I like doing process videos and stuff, I'm going to invest in some better equipment. And you just saw the grid side, and I don't know, it's a cute grid. It's like a nice warm grey, but I don't think it's anything that special. And the wood veneer ampersand, which I keep placing in the middle, is a wood veneer I just had in my stash, and it's from one of the Maggie Holmes Notes and Things ephemera pack, which didn't come with the Quirky kit, but the letters that came with the Quirky kit didn't have any ampersand stickers, and I really wanted one because I didn't want to have to spell out and, so I just pulled that out. And now what I decided to do is kind of do layers of little strips of paper on both the top mat and the bottom mat. And this first paper I've got is the Fancy Pants Office Suite. Now this one is Webster's Pages Happy. And I think this little geometric polka dot type paper is one of my favourites in the kit. I think it's really cute. And then there's like I'll turn it over in a second, but there's like a bouquet pattern on the back as well. Yeah, that one. And I just keep layering that up with strips. Oh, there was also a cut apart sheet in the kit from the Webster's Pages These Days. And at the end of June, I'm planning on doing a grid layout with just some photos of June which I like, but which don't really have any stories that I want to tell. But I knew I wouldn't be able to use up all the cut aparts on just one layout, so I've kind of brought a couple of them into this one. And the top one, it says it's always darkest before the dawn, and that's kind of talking about how I don't know, I mainly picked it because it's kind of sparkly and dance shows are quite sparkly, but now I think about it, the quote does sort of make sense, because if you think about the actual show as the dawn, and it was amazing, and then the rehearsals, which were kind of stressful, it was pretty dark before the dawn eventually came. And the second cut apart, which says for the record, I thought made sense because you dance to music. So that has to do with records, obviously. Yeah, the cut aparts just sort of to add to the layering. And you can't really see, but I felt like the two clusters of photo and layers were sort of floating off, so I just wanted to add a little strip at the top and the bottom, and it's the other side to the Fancy Pants Office Suite polka dotty paper. And I really like that pink. It's a sort of really gentle, soft pink. And here I decide I'm just going to stick everything down now. And quite often what I like to do when I've done layers is staple bits, but because I've done them in little strips, they don't always overlap everywhere, and I didn't want to get a staple where it could be seen, because that's not really the look I'm going for in this layout. Although I do often have staples which are visible. That craft paper is from the Amy Tan Rise and Shine, and it seems to me that it's quite different from the rest of the Rise and Shine collection, but it's still really cute. And there's a polka dot on one side, and then lots of little bits that I usually just cut up to make embellishments on the other, because this kit didn't really come with like a sticker sheet or an ephemera pack or anything, so you kind of have to be inventive with the embellishments. Although if you got the embellishment kit, which I didn't, that wouldn't really be a problem, obviously. So it had the whole poolside ephemera pack in, which I was very jealous of. And I'm sorry if you notice that my fingernails look kind of mouldy and my hands are disgusting. That day in art class we were doing lino printing, and I'm using this dark blue ink, and even without, just by picking up the bottle from the box, I managed to cover my hand in the ink, and even though it says it's water soluble, it does not come off easily. But I had fun for the rest of the day trying to persuade people that my hand was rotting. It didn't work. Oh, this piece here, it's from the packaging for the accent and phrase stickers from the I think it's the Jen Hadfield Cottage Living. Is that what it is? I'm not sure. They come up later in the video, but it's this cute like gold foiled hexagon, and I was like, well, that is too pretty to waste on packaging, so I'm going to cut it out of the packaging and layer it in, because waste not, want not, right? So I just use them, and I put them beneath the cut aparts on both sides. And I want to stick this down, and I try using Pritt Stick, and Pritt Stick is not strong enough to hold down a wood veneer, and I'm still not convinced it's actually stuck on. It's sort of wobbling. I have to keep pressing it, but it's good enough. I fix it with a different glue later on in the video. For now, I just sort of leave it there. And I think I'm going to start putting on my title now, and I do it with the Chickaniddy letters, and they're black and white striped. Sorry, I have hay fever. And I'm going to skip ahead because I know you don't want to watch me doing that. And yay, before and after. And I don't know, is there anyone else? Do these stickers they mess with your mind? It's like, it makes your eyes blur up and the world starts spinning, and I don't know. I think it's because they don't really have an outline, so the white bits blend into the white background, but the black bits just pop up, and then it's quite weird. But I still like them. And those are just some little tiny word stickery thingies from Bella Boulevard, I think. And it says, "Oh, happy day and love, because I love the show and it was a happy day." Well, week. Not that happy week. I probably cried at some point during that week. It's a stressful time for everyone. And I'm thinking about making a cluster up there. And I take it away and then I add it again, but because I use the grey label somewhere else, I have to use a pink one. and the pink one blends into the pink little strip at the top, so I should have just kept trying and realised I liked it there. And this is, oh, I love this vellum. It's from Chanel, and it's my only vellum I have. And I don't want to waste it, so I punched tiny little hearts out of it. And my heart punch is very old. I have it from before I started scrapbooking, and it just doesn't punch well. And I skip ahead because it takes me a while to punch all these hearts out, and they keep falling on the floor. But I end up punching out 6, I think. Yeah. I'm trying, and I give up because I don't like how the label looks halfway through the little wood veneer. And I shove it in there instead because now that I've touched it, I must use it on my layout. That is my logic. And I just kind of, vellum is floaty, so I wanted my vellum hearts to sort of float up. And I put, it's quite a symmetrical layout. I have a little bit from a cut apart in both of them. I have a similar number of layers in both of them. And I put 3 floating vellum hearts in both of them. Floaty, floaty, floaty. And I think, yeah, I don't know what was with me and the labels. I just kept putting them in weird places. Like, yeah, that seems sensible. I'm going to underline an ampersand with a label sticker. Makes sense. But I don't do that. And I try sticking down a wood veneer with a tape runner, but then, like, the gluey stuff in the tape runner covers the hole in the wood veneer. So I have to poke it out with some scissors. And it's still not stuck down, but when I hold it upside down, it doesn't fall off. Which I guess kind of counts, right? And then I realise I can't find my glue stick, which I need to stick down my heart. And it's on the floor, yay. And yeah, people talk about not wanting to be able to see the adhesive behind vellum, but I just use an ordinary Pritt stick, and I don't think I can see the glue. I can if I look very closely. I think the trick is just not to put on a lot of glue rather than putting on weird invisible glue. Or maybe Pritt stick is invisible and everyone's just missing a trick. Or maybe American people don't have Pritt stick. Oh, I don't know. I think you probably do though. And I just do that for both the hearts, I think. Yeah. Oh, and I add some more of these little, they're called little bits, that's what they're called. And I think they're really cute, but there's a but. Some of them rip. I don't know if I'm just taking them off not carefully enough, but I've had 1 or 2 where the sticky has stayed stuck to the sticky backing and it's kind of ripped off. But I've always fixed it. It's not difficult. As long as you don't just on purpose start ripping them, it's fine. And I felt like something was missing in the top right corner, so I just add a little bit of the Rise and Shine branding strip. And I'm so used to turning paper over to see what's on the other side, I forget it's a branding strip. I turn it over and it's the Rise and Shine logo. I'm almost tempted to use it because it's a really pretty orange colour. But no, because, yeah, no. And now I think I want to kind of soften the edges of the layers a bit, so I add some polka dot washi tape. And I love that washi tape. People in the UK, if you're saying you can't find washi tape, go to Tiger. It's got washi tape quite often, and I got that one from Tiger, and it came with like a neon pink and another one, and it was altogether £2. And if you think about like paper chase, you can get 1 roll for about £2, although I found 8 rolls for just £8 in paper chase, although I haven't actually used them that much because I don't like them. Oh yeah, and it was getting darker because the layout was taking me longer than I expected. So I turned on some artificial lighting, and I'm sorry, I know it makes the colours look awful, but in the close-up photos later, you'll be able to see the true colours. And I'm just, oh yeah, see, I managed to make it work. I like it like that, except I wish I had the grey label up there instead of the pink one, because the pink one's just blending in with the other pink. And then because the two layery photo clusters have washi tape on the ends, I think this one should have washi tape as well. And I like that because it broke up the pink and the pink a bit, the two pinks. Oh, I just noticed my washi tape was not stuck on my layout at all. It's just sort of floating above it. There we go. But it is quite a pale washi, so it does kind of just look like polka dots on pink, which is cute, I think. But you might not like that. I think I'm thinking here, do I cut out an embellishment from the Rise and Shine paper? And I decide no. And after the video ends, I do add some gold splashes and some little red bling dots, but for now all I add are these. These are what I meant, Jen Hadfield Cottage Living puffy stickers, I think. And I like how the black kind of adds like a little pop to layout. It just kind of stands out, because everything before, other than the for the record bit, was quite light. And I've decided I finished, other than the splashy bits which I add off camera because I know I'll mess them up. And I've just slowed down the video here so that you can see me zooming in on my layout. Zoomy zoom zoom. There we go. It's always darkest before the dawn. Sorry. Yeah, there, you didn't see me put that best day ever sticker on. I'm sorry, I forgot to move the layout because my camera needs to go higher, even though I'm already balancing it on like 2 books. Bye! Close-up photos. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!